your story is one of our, we like to call them miracles. That's got to be pretty scary to have a doctor tell you you're going to be in a wheelchair at 46 years old.
Yeah, and having 2 kids, you don't want to be laying in bed disabled.
Were you having a lot of nerve pain too, or what was your pain?
Tons of pain. I was on some crazy painkillers, kind of slowly dying. Sad. You want to end your life.
It's very much, let's try it and see how it goes.
And now I was at that point because, like I said, my bathroom was being remodeled for a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Let's do it. Book the appointment. This is the best Father's Day gift I ever had. It was life-changing.
What was the procedure that you did?
I did 18 injections, knee, shoulder, up and down my spine, and 50 million intrathecal. The U.S. doctors told me permanently going to be using a catheter. Don't use a catheter anymore. The biggest thing is people that are out of hope need to know that this is a place where hope exists. There's options that could save your life.
Back at the CPI podcast, Mike Thompson. Man, we got some stories to tell.
Yes.
So your story is one of our, we like to call them miracles down here. But before you get into your whole entire story, there's even kind of a story about how you ended up down here. So how'd you end up at CPI?
So I was playing a concert. It was a private party, and Fletcher, a guitar player from a band called Pennywise, was there. And he's very observant. And he was noticing I was in pain. And he's like, you need to go down here. And it's like, what are you talking about? He's like, and then the next day I get a text message from him with Danny on the text message saying, let's talk about stem cells. And that's how it all started.
That was step one, but you told me there's more to this story, but it wasn't like you were like, okay, I'm coming tomorrow,
Yeah, no, I did some research on it. I didn't really know anything about it, and so finding out there's a difference between stem cells and what they offer here, which is amniotic fluid. It's not even the same stuff. It was it took a little bit of time and energy on my part to figure it out, but I was in a lot of pain using a catheter to go to the bathroom. I was just breaking apart, having my bathroom remodeled because I was going to be in a wheelchair because they wanted to fuse the next levels up. That didn't happen, thank God. So booked the appointment. This is the best Father's Day gift I ever had.
Yeah. That's good to hear. It's awesome to see you moving around doing, as well as you're doing and stuff like that. But I mean, you've had take us through as well. You have five back surgeries?
7.
7 back surgeries.
Yeah.
So
tell
us what happened. Give us the story.
Oh man, to start back 2006, I had my first back surgery, ended up in a coma. Because they OD'd me on a drug called Dalmane because I'm allergic to morphine. And my blood oxygen dropped to 17 for over 2 hours. They called my wife, who said that they're getting me ready for long-term care. And I woke up 2 hours later, just fighting. But that was just one part. I mean, to go back before that, I got shot when I was 12 in the stomach, on my back. The crazy story with that is that my grandmother was shot and killed in the same spot. But she died of an infection back in the 60s. Then I had tracheotomy at 2, all the fun things.
Yeah. So, what led to the original first back surgery?
The first back surgery was led by a condition called Bertolotti syndrome. 1 out of 100 people have it. Basically, it's a transitional vertebrae. So, if you look at your spine, it's fused. This one was not. This one's kind of looking like that. And so, the doctor wanted to go in there, and they fused one area of what they called my L6 instead of my L5. So they fused that, and then they put a axial lift, which is a screw. Seriously, it's like a butt screw, and it goes right in your butt and right up the base of your sacrum. And it just worn out. You wear a lot quicker when you have this.
All right. So it's like a genetic condition,
Yeah.
and they were going in trying to fix it. And how many fusions? So you did the first surgery, went really bad. And then
The next one was pretty smooth. Last 12 years, went in to have a laminectomy, ended up putting a couple of significant holes in my spinal cord where I had a spinal fluid leak for 3.5 years. Had another surgery from that doctor who basically sewed me up and shut off my bladder because there's so much pressure from cerebral spinal fluid. And then I went to Barrows Hospital in Phoenix, and the doctor opened me up, saw tons of fluid coming out, put 12 stitches in my spinal cord, and had to fuse my spine up higher. And dealt with that for a long time. Still had headaches going on because I had another spinal fluid leak that, if you can imagine a hose and you cut a 45-degree angle in it, looks perfectly straight. You sit down, the hole opens up. 3.5 years of that. Finally got sent to Cedar Sinai, where the doctor fixed it there with some glue.
glued you back together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. And so, because of the bladder issue, that's why you had to have a catheter. So you had to carry the bag with you everywhere you went. Huh?
No, it was the intermittent catheter. So I had to carry. Yeah, I carried a bag, but just stick it in, and I called my piss sticks. Yeah.
And so all these different surgeries just like left you to where you said you're about to be in a wheelchair, huh? Debilitating pain. Yeah.
Yeah. The doctor was like, next level's for a wheelchair.
Damn.
And so I was
How old were you?
I'm 48.
When this all happened, or now?
Now.
Oh, how old were you when all this was going on?
2019. So I was like 45, 46.
That's got to be pretty scary to think of, have a doctor tell you you're going to be in a wheelchair at 46 years old.
Yeah. And having 2 kids and not being in their lives. And yeah, it was rough, man. Like mentally, it's really rough to just like, the only relief you get from having spinal fluid leaks is by laying in bed. And so, not active, just kind of slowly dying. Sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was a time where my back was so bad. No doctor told me I was going to need to be in a wheelchair, but I was like seeing it in my future to where it just hurt so bad just to even walk up and down stairs and move around, get out of bed. That sciatic nerve pain going all the way down to my little toe, just like bam, bam, just hitting me. And it was, were you having a lot of nerve pain too? Or what was, your pain?
Tons of pain. So the best way I could describe it is like an ice cream headache, but in my leg. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And so that was basic compression from my sciatic nerve, and it was rough. It's hard to deal with. There's days you think you're being tortured by somebody who's got a voodoo doll, but I always push through it. And actually drumming's been the one thing that has pushed me through it. If it wasn't for me playing drums, I wouldn't have met Fletcher, who said, "Hey, come down here, get it done." I got it done, and I was on some crazy painkillers. I quit painkillers because I forgot I was in pain. It was the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you came down here the first time. So what did we treat? What was the procedure that you did?
I did 18 injections, knee, shoulder, up and down my spine, and 50 million intrathecal.
You did the intrathecal up the spinal cord. Yep. Okay.
And, the U.S. doctors told me permanently going to be using a catheter. Don't use a catheter anymore. So if anybody needs catheters, let me know. I'll send them to you.
You got a bunch of extra?
Yeah.
Extra dick sticks?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, normally like a case like yours is like so difficult. It's very much just let's try it and see how it goes.
And now I was at that point because, like I said, my bathroom was being remodeled for a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah. What do you got to lose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And as soon as I met you and talked to Danny, I felt comforted and just you know, it was the best experience. This is not a hospital.
Yeah.
This is a family.
It is a hospital, but yeah,
We're
a full hospital.
We're all related by these
Yeah.
stem cells, but yeah, no, it doesn't feel like a hospital.
Oh, well, we do that, you know. A lot of that's because of the cancer patients. I think you've met a couple of the cancer patients by now, and they just, you know, they don't want to feel like when you're in the and you were probably in the hospital a lot yourself too. You don't. You know,
oh yeah, I had MRSA meningitis. I forgot to mention that too.
You know,
yeah,
it just sucks when you're like in a hospital, right? You don't want
because
to feel like you're there.
You think of the worst things in your life,
right?
You know, you try to watch TV, but you just ruminate over all these things. So,
especially at night.
At night, especially.
Yeah.
So either you can choose to suffer, or you can just choose to have pain. So I've always chosen to have pain.
Man. And then take us through like your. So what was it like? You came down, you got the stem cells. Did you get the headache? Like a lot of times when patients get the intrathecal, they get a headache from it for a while.
Did not.
No headache. Okay.
No headache.
Yeah.
They told me they took their time getting into that spot, making sure everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
The physical therapist was freaking out because I could touch the top of my knees. Now I can touch like almost the top of my feet. And I'm fused from the base of my sacrum all the way up. So, you know, the articulation of it is, you know, I articulate on L3.
Wow.
So I'll never get another surgery again.
Yeah.
I'll always come down here and get injections if it's
always welcome. Always welcome.
Yeah.
So what was your recovery process like? I mean, you had so much done. It's way more than the average person.
Let's see. 7 days, I took my kid to a UFC fight.
Okay.
And went to Vegas. And it's kind of comes in waves, you know. A few days later, I was in a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of took it easy, and then woke up one day and it's gone. Completely gone.
Wow.
I don't walk like I'm in the hole anymore. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, you're just walking, no cane, no nothing.
Cane.
Just yeah, that's awesome.
Although I wish I had the cane still,
so you can wrap people.
Yeah,
with it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cut the line at the airport. Coming through.
Yeah,
you can always bring it back. You just
yeah. No
just make it like an accessory instead.
Just make it cool. Give it so yeah. No, I had it. You know, it meant a lot. It was life changing, and unfortunately, I don't know if this type of medicine will be available in the United States ever, because it's so disruptive to the scientific world and the economy. Because, you know, you get an injection instead of a surgery that you can charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for, and all of a sudden you have scar tissue that's built up beyond who knows what. Or you can just, so.
Yeah. That's, it's going to become available in the U.S. It is, definitely. It just takes time, takes money, you know.
Yeah.
And I think, the results, not just us, but there's other places that are doing a lot of great work. People are getting a lot of really good results. You know, you're over there with all the returning patients.
Yeah.
Everybody's real happy. You know, everybody's out of pain. They're doing good. And, it doesn't happen every week where every single person is, nothing works for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
And I explained to them, I said, you got to think of it more as a marathon instead of a sprint.
Right.
Like, this is like, maybe I recovered quicker than you. Doesn't mean we're not, just take it easy.
Right.
The biggest thing is following the rules, man. Like that was the first thing. Like, I follow the doctor's rules every single time. So when you're up there and you're explaining what needs to happen, what you should do, and then you see that these people are out there working out as hard as they can, it's like, okay, it's a waste of money. And you're going to blame CPI for your lack of recovery because you didn't follow the rules.
Yeah, it happens. People are getting better about following them and stuff, which has been good. And having people be able to talk to the returning patients that are part of the data collection and hear like, hey, this worked, this did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also understand it's like, we both know what it's like to be in a lot of pain. And when all that pain goes away, you want your life back.
Yeah.
Right? You want to go do some stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but normally we want you to wait a little longer, like let it get a little better. and then you get your life back.
Yeah.
Like, at least you're out of pain right now.
Yes.
So but just hit the physical therapy, do the right thing. And
I won't be doing jujitsu anymore or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I will be.
Me neither. I mean, I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it.
I did enough jujitsu.
I just playing drums. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I love it. It's the best thing. I just want to,
Who are some of the people you paid for? A bunch of different people. Tell us about some of your drumming stories.
Oh man, let's see. Punk rock world. Played for a couple of my bands. A band called Bueno, The Line, No Effects. I played for Pennywise. I played for Slash. Played for a kid named Chris Buck, who is blowing up right now. And I had to postpone my appointment because I did Tony Tennille's concert in Prescott, Arizona.
Who's?
Tony Tennille.
Tony Tennille. Who's that?
She wrote a song called Love Will Keep Us Together back in the 70s.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of yacht rock style.
Yeah, yacht rock was the shit.
But she sounds amazing still.
All right, on.
So, doing session work for whoever. As long as it's not like death metal or something like that, I can't play that. That's not my style. So
Yeah.
I'm more of a groovier kind of guy, I guess. That's what I like to do. But I definitely think that, the biggest thing is people that are out of hope need to know that this is a place where hope exists. And anybody out there thinks something's going to happen or not getting the answers, your doctor's just telling you they need to call and have them talk to your doctors.
Yeah. Yeah. Doctor calls free.
Yeah.
We're very straightforward, very honest.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't think we can help you, then we're going to tell you. If we think we don't know, but we're willing to try, we're going to tell you.
Yeah.
No guarantees, but.
One of the things that happened that was really interesting because your spinal fluid hit your oculatory system, my tinnitus went away.
Oh, wow. I just had a guy asking me about tinnitus upstairs. Yeah.
It went away.
Yeah.
But when you put 50 million cc's of, or I don't know how you measure it out, but you put a lot more fluid in a spinal cord, it's going to hurt.
Yeah. I mean, 50 million stem cells, that's a lot for a spinal cord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the intrathecals, we don't take that lightly, right? We don't
no.
you don't just do it because you want better memory or something like that.
Yeah.
There's risks involved, obviously. And, but there's also people have gotten some pretty amazing results from doing it.
Yeah.
So
like not having to pay $2 to take a piss.
yeah, that's good. Yeah. As much as I pee, that you're saving a lot of money.
Well, I mean, I think it should be written in the Constitution that you should be able to pee for free. I mean, come on.
You would think. Just get to go wherever you want at no charge. Yeah.
It was a rough go. A lot of times, you want to end your life.
Yeah.
But in reality, there's options outside of the neighborhood that you live in that could save your life.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part. You gave me back my life. I feel like 20 years younger. Everyone says I look younger. It's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, people should do their research, right?
Yeah.
We're not the answer for everything. There's lots of other things, and maybe stem cells isn't the answer for whatever a person's condition is or what they're looking for, but they should do research and see what else is out there.
Yeah.
And, talk to people, talk to other patients and see what you can find.
I trust Fletcher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% trust.
He sends so many people. He's doing great too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's, if it wasn't for seeing him at that particular time, I probably would not have ever even known about you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that, you guys have saved my life. Actually, so It's kind of crazy. Not only physically, but mentally. I lost my nephew last year, and we're in Vegas, and Danny, one of the reps, and I decided to go to the Punk Rock Museum.
That's right. Yeah.
And out of nowhere, this kid asked questions to me about like, who, like, is your name Mike? I'm like, yeah. Is your last name? And I'm like, yeah. And it was my long lost nephew who I've never met.
Wow.
He's 33 years old, and I still very, very close to him today. So just it was healing in a way of like a mental healing. I mean, it was crazy. It was absolutely bonkers.
So, like, what, your brother, sister's kid, or what?
My older brothers, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
10 years older.
Wow.
Yep. And I lost my sister's son, or, yeah, my nephew earlier that year. So I gained a nephew
Yeah.
for losing one.
Wow. Man, that's a crazy story. Yeah. Life's been crazy for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's next? What's going on next with you?
I don't know. I was through a fairly significant lawsuit, and I'm going to probably start a plaintiff consultant, trial consultant, and actually let people understand what it's really like from the mental standpoint of it. Because I've been a while. I'm a firefighter. I was on the critical incident stress management team for a number of years. And going through medical malpractice lawsuit is huge. And it's draining. And I just want to give people tools.
Sure.
Because they're going to attack your character.
Sure.
And they're going to make you want you to be in depression, trip you up and stuff. And I just want to be able to give them some sort of stability that they can have.
Kind of be the Yoda, guide them through the passage, help them get through it. Yeah.
A lot of the attorneys just kind of focus on their stuff. I mean, I'm not a lawyer or a therapist or I guess maybe a coach.
Yeah.
Just emotional regulation.
Yeah.
That's I think the biggest part of dealing with these things are HIPAA law, goodbye.
Yeah.
20 years of your medical history is out in public.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yep.
And depending on
gonna
what's
all
in
be
your
there.
medical history, they'll try to abuse you so bad. Yeah.
All right.
But
that's cool.
yeah, everyone I've met here has been great, though. I mean, your staff, like, I have sent people here that have given up hope, and now they're happy.
That's awesome.
And that's all that's happened.
That's it. It's great. I love it when everybody comes back, and
I got my life back.
So when they're doing good, when I hear things like that, it's absolutely amazing.
Especially when you have a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old. You don't want to be laying in bed disabled.
Of course not. Yeah. Got a whole life to live.
Oh, shit. Yeah. And depending on what these stem cells can do, maybe I'll be 200 years old.
I don't know about that, but there's only one way to find out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dumb ass will do something dumb way before that, but
no, you won't.
It is nice to know you can do things a little riskier, knowing I could show up to work on Monday and get some stem cells.
Yeah, for
talk to some good doctors.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But thank you so much for what you guys have done to build down here. It's just incredible.
Yeah,
and the food is unbelievable. Yeah.
That's a hot topic. The CPI food, TAM Center food.
Yeah. Orange juice. You can't get it unless you come here.
Well, best orange juice in the world, I'm telling you.
100%.
I see it all the time on the surveys. People are like, "This is the best part was the orange juice. Forget the stem cells. The orange juice, you got to come down." Ed always talks about how, like, you go to these other stem cell places and they're like, 1 to 3% stem cells. That's like calling Tang orange juice.
Yeah.
You know, we're 100% orange juice, and we got the best orange juice to prove it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it.
Not only the best stem cells, but legitimately the
Yes.
best orange juice you ever had.
I mean, I think the option they have in the States is the amniotic fluid. Maybe you don't know if they're viable. You don't know if there's genetic factors involved in causing cancer. You don't know what you're getting when you are getting injected there.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a good enough job with screening and everything like that. You know, like I wouldn't worry about going to a U.S. stem cell place and getting cancer necessarily. What I'd really be more worried about is like how many stem cells are actually in here, how many of them are alive, you know, how many of them are going to do anything. And right now, that's the biggest problem. Like our biggest competitor isn't other legit stem cell places. It's the scam places.
It's people want to steal your name.
Yeah, well, we had that too, but yeah, they got nipped in the butt pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine saying you're the stem cell expert, but you got to pretend that you're us to get patients. You know, but anyways, that's a whole nother story, and plenty of videos out about that now.
Yeah, they call that flattery. I call that fraud. But hey, whatever.
Well, it's only a big deal because, you know, somebody like you get referred by a friend, and then you end up at some completely different, you know, other place with a expectation. And, you know, maybe that place gets great results. I never heard of them before. They decided to, you know, use our names. You know, there was another place in Mexico as well. And they were embedding our videos in their webpage, you know, trying to, you know, pretend to be us. But, you know, so I guess you're supposed to be flattered for that. But, you know, you just don't want, you know, people should get what they're thinking, you know, that already just has like a bad smell, a bad taste to it. It's like, if you're proud of what you're doing and you're doing good work, then your name should be enough to get out there. You should have, you know, we've treated like 5,000 patients. You know, that's 5,000 patients. Are all of them doing great? No. Most of them, yes. Are they all like referrals is one of the biggest parts of my business. And so if somebody like, you know, if Fletcher referred you to CPI, you happen to see their BS CPI stuff, and then you end up down there, you know, maybe you get the results, maybe you don't, but maybe if they're so awesome, they should have thousands of people out there referring people directly to them.
Yes, right? Exactly. That's why your social media guys should be watermarking all of your content, so it's got your phone number on it.
I don't know if it has the phone number on it, but yeah, it definitely has the water. But it's so, you know, people can still just, you know, like, there's a, you know, could, shoulda, woulda do this, but, you know, and yeah, it's just, but there's, you know, even worse, I feel, than that is just these people that are just blatantly saying, I'll give you, you know, usually about once a quarter, I get on the phone with patients and talk to them just to hear what's going on. And I spoke to this guy. And he had a doctor call with us, and he said, you know, I talked to this place in Florida, and they said they do exactly what you do at CPI.
How many steps?
I said, okay, really? You know, I'm like, exactly? I go, it's funny how they know exactly what we do. They've never even been here. But anyways, you know, so what are you looking to get treated? And he's looking to get disc injections injected into his disc. And they quoted him under $10,000. And so I said to him, so you're telling me for under $10,000 in the United States, you can stay overnight in the hospital, get an anesthesiologist, and get a spine specialist. You probably need an anesthesia nurse as well. And they're making a profit for $10,000. I'm like, I don't even think you can stay overnight in a hospital in the United States for under $10,000. Oh, and the stem cells.
Yeah.
And he's like, but they said that I don't need to stay the night in the hospital. I said, they're going to put you under anesthesia and send you home? He said, they said I don't need anesthesia. I said, they're going to directly inject into your discs and you're not going to be under at all? I'm like, okay, buddy. Well, like, so, but they're doing exactly what we're doing. It's the exact same. Well, guess what? You stay in a hospital. We have a spine specialist. We have an anesthesiologist. You know, like all of these things. You know, so
it's a hospital.
Is it the exact same? Like, what do you mean?
No,
so,
yeah. People.
Here's another one though. You know about this because your spine was so bad. Do you really want to look for the cheapest place to get injection into your back around your spine? You want to go to a place that's allegedly in Florida? There's some laws changed in Florida. It's great. We love seeing the progress. But they still can't do what we're doing here. But okay, so you want to go to the place that just started doing it in the last 4 months? Or you want to go to the place that's done like 5,000 of them?
Exactly. Yeah. I always equate it to like, you guys want to go to just a general mechanic to get your muffler fixed, or you want to go to the muffler shop to get it fixed? You want to go to the muffler shop. They do it every day, all day long. That's all.
Especially like discs. We do more discs in a week than our biggest competitor does like in a month, maybe in a month and a half. So I got 16 disc patients here this week.
Good.
Yeah.
You're changing people's lives.
Oh yeah. That's one I'm super confident. You follow directions on discs, it works.
Yes. If you're swinging a golf club though, like 2 weeks after getting injections,
not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, those golfers.
But I mean, my scar tissue was hardening up, and the stem cells actually allowed them to be malleable. I can move my scar again.
Yeah.
It's just...
They got some amazing properties, man, And look, we're not the only place doing great work with stem cells. There's other places. Just people got to do their research.
Yeah. Yeah, but the biggest factor is they don't have people like you and Ed and people who actually give a shit about human beings instead of the profit.
Yeah. Well, definitely the scammer places don't.
So that is, I think that's, you feel like I said, the first night you show up, we all go out to dinner. Instant family connection. You're talking to everybody. Everyone's talking about their pain together.
Yeah.
You want to call trauma bonding, whatever. But it's healing bonding is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Well, especially when the returns come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's awesome. Well, thank you.
And everyone's scared.
It's a lot of work.
And I'm asking my wife, like, we got to move down here.
Yeah.
So.
That part is definitely not what people think it is at all.
That's the best part. When people are like, oh, I had a lady call me that was her husband, and I referred him. He went down, and she called me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I thought Tijuana was so different.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was like it was.
Well, it's not people's fault. It's just the same thing, just people. It's just the news.
Yeah.
Propaganda. People love talking about the bad shit.
Yeah.
If they're talking about if they were really talking about Tijuana, they would be talking about it is the foodie mecca of North America.
I think I think we're gonna go to that the place that made the Caesar salad.
Oh yeah.
Tonight.
So I'm gonna tell you about that place. Caesar salad. The Caesars is the name of the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
The salad is A++. The rest of the Italian food, I give it about a C.
Okay.
Right? Like you wouldn't go to you wouldn't go to Italy and order tacos. But the Caesar salad, I go there, I get 3 of them with chicken. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Just the pasta and stuff. It's okay.
And I think we're going to go to that place you recommended.
Mission 19, you should definitely go to Mission 19. Yeah. But just like right where the hotel is, man, you throw a rock, it's a great restaurant. There's so many good ones. And there's the street tacos. Street tacos are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Street tacos down here are great, man.
Next level.
I love this place. Love you. You've changed my life in a way that just cannot, I can't pay you back for what you've done for me. Because every doctor, it seems like here's your diagnosis. Oh, failed back surgery syndrome or whatever they say. Then the next one's adjacent segment syndrome. It's like, oh, you didn't screw up my back the first time, put me in a coma. So it's always, they use excuses. Here, there's no excuses. You don't want return patients. You want people to heal. If they get a new injury, come here. Don't get more scar tissue because it's going to limit your mobility.
Yeah. Well, buddy, it's great to see you.
Yeah.
It's great to see you doing so good. Thanks for sharing your story, buddy.
You're welcome.
Yeah.